When I built the studio together with Jan Morel, he really advised me to have a listen to the Genelec. We started with the 1034s. First time I heard them, I was blown away. The brand always sounded great to me, but I never heard like the main monitors. From that point on, I really fell in love with the Genelecs. Been working on the 1034s for over a decade, I guess, and we recently updated them to the latest version, the 1234s, and I couldn't be more happy. Biggest difference for me between the old model and the new model is definitely the amp, and obviously, which come in handy, is the SAM technology that Genelec invented. So they basically calibrate themselves to the room, and that made a huge difference in this room. It's not a really big room, as you can tell, but yeah, the whole SAM technology and how the speakers calibrate themselves really worked out for this room. And it's funny because they sound basically the same as the previous speakers, but then again, there's no sweet spot anymore because the whole room feels like a sweet spot. When I walk around, I don't hear any phase cancellations and everything is just, yeah, so smooth. It's completely different. Normally when you walk in a room and you walk to the backside of the room, you hear a lot of low end compared to the sweet spot in front of the speakers, but it's not the case anymore with the new speakers. So like the whole studio is full Genelec, from the main monitors to the even smaller speakers, and the smallest baby ones, yeah, I use them as a reference. They look really small, but they sound really big. I was really surprised by hearing them for the first time. I use this as a reference. I always say like, I want my music to be played at the radio, in bars, but also at festivals. And that's basically how you see the speakers. The main monitors really represent how a festival sound, while the smaller ones are like really radio focused. You can check the levels of your vocals. It's just a reference thing. I think it's really important for a producer to really reference your track on different monitors and see what you can change, especially in the stereo image. There's a lot of information you have to deal with constantly, so I always like to create the idea on a smaller speaker because it needs to sound perfect on every single speaker. And on the main monitors, sometimes I just keep picking a kick drum or a snare for like 20 minutes in a row because they're so clear that it's not about the idea, it's about the perfectionism in the sound. And sometimes it's better to start on a smaller speaker just to come up with the creative idea really fast and then make like the final product on the main monitors. I really love the GLM kit. It's amazing. Like, it really opened up my eyes. It's funny because when we were listening to the speakers, I had in mind where I felt like a little dip or a little bit too much. And great thing that the GLM kit, definitely the calibration confirmed that. Yeah, it really made this room and the speakers sound better, like 100 times better than the previous ones. And I'm really happy with these speakers. I would never change it for any other brand.
Today.